Welcome to the Shark Tank, where entrepreneurs seek an investment to start, grow, or save their business.
This is honeycomb. We can't keep them in stock.
If the sharks hear a great idea,
I'm impressed. I really am.
That is so cute.
they'll invest their own money and fight each other for a deal.
You know what? Silence. I'm about to make an offer.
But the entrepreneurs must get the full amount they're asking for, or they'll walk away with nothing.
I'm from West Africa. I was there when the war broke out in my country. I had my father in my arms literally when he died.
I've invested retirement, college funds, my parents' retirement.
Wow, you are all friggin' in.
This is how angels and VCs invest.
You're telling us how they invest?
And move.
I would have to be immortal to get my money back. You haven't been able to answer the only question that matters in Shark Tank. How do I make money?
Who are the sharks? They're self-made business experts worth billions. Kevin O'Leary is a shrewd venture capitalist who made his fortune selling a children's educational company for over $4 billion. Damon John dominated the fashion world with FUBU. Now he's the branding expert behind multiple global brands generating billions in sales. Robert Herjavec, son of an immigrant factory worker, founded one of the world's preeminent cybersecurity firms. Lori Grenier, the queen of QVC, holds over 100 patents and has launched over 400 products, grossing over $500 million in sales. And Mark Cuban, renowned billionaire tech mogul and the outspoken owner of the Dallas Mavericks. First into the tank is a unique way to bring a child's imagination to life.
Hi, I'm Alex Romansky from Palm Beach, Florida. I'm raising $100,000 in seed funding for 5% of my heartwarming company called Budsies. Children have the most amazing minds. Their imagination inspires them to create the most fantastic artwork. So rather than let their artwork take over our fridge or get lost in piles in attics or basements gone forever, how can we treasure it? Imagine if we could magically transform your child's artwork into something real, something tangible, something huggable. Now we can, with my company, Budsies. Budsies brings kids' artwork to life. Kids love their Budsies more than any other toy because they themselves designed it. They are the only child in the world with that Budsie. We made everything from orange dinosaurs to cowgirls to ones I can't really figure out a name for, but those are my favorites. You know, in this world where kids are glued to their phones and their tablets, I'm proud to present a product that brings together imagination and real-world play. So please, sharks, help me bring the magic of Budsies to millions of children around the world. Thank you. And with that, I'd love to show you some of our creations. Starting with Rob, we have a robot monster dude.
Oh, very cool.
Thank you. Lori, we have, I think this was a self-portrait of someone.
Looks so much like you, Lori.
Mr. Wonderful, of course, the heart just for you. Only love for you.
That's beautiful.
The big bad wolf. And the shark. Thank you, Mark.
So let me get this straight. The child draws this and you make it.
Exactly. So parents simply take a picture of their kid's artwork with any cell phones. They text that image to us. Our software automatically extracts the image and binds that to their order. First, we have a designer here in the States. She interprets and approves each artwork that comes in. After the designer here approves it, the order gets routed to a factory of ours in China.
What does one cost?
These cost $69 in retail. It costs us about $35 to make, so we have a 50% margin.
Alex, how long does it take? What's the lead time for a one-off?
So currently it takes 4 weeks, and at scale we got that down to 2 weeks.
The kid has grown up and gone to college by the time the thing arrives.
Not at all. In fact, you'd be surprised. These kids, we've gotten so many videos the parents sent us of the kids opening, unwrapping their Budsies.
How long have you been doing this?
We've been now selling for 7 months.
So in 7 months, you sold how many?
2,000.
In 7 months,
In 7 months,
2,000.
correct.
So what was your gross revenue?
$94,000 in revenue.
What did you make
What were
on
your
that?
gross margins?
Gross margin, so $39,000.
Wow. You basically told me this business is worth $2 million today.
Sure.
All right, $100,000 for 5%.
Sure.
You make no money. You've only sold 2,000 units.
Sure.
How do I make money?
Right, very important.
Yes,
So,
it is.
I've seen us sell 2,000 of these in just 7 months. I know this holiday season we can get to 6,000 without a problem. That's $450,000 of revenue. And the next year, I know we can sell 28,000 units, which is $2.4 million of revenue. So that's how you make money.
I think that this is going to be really hard to scale.
I see us as becoming the business of the worldwide leader, non-demand, custom plush, anything. For example, let's talk about corporate. Corporate in terms of mascots, emblems, logos. We just
Business
the
exists.
mascot.
Guys do it already.
Yeah, there's lots of companies that do that.
But all of them have minimums.
So instead of me buying one for each of my kids, you can sell 50 to a brand, but you haven't talked about how you can automate that. You haven't talked about doing something that is so completely differentiated that you preempt other people from competing with you. If you'd have walked in and talked about 3D printers and how you all set up, bing, 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 bing. But you talked about none of that. It's still create,
Yes.
picture, show,
Yes.
sew, done.
But we are the go-to people to do that.
You're not. I'm out.
The problem I'm having with it is plush toys it's a multi-billion-dollar global business. The price point's extremely low. I think I could find this for $9.99, okay?
But it wouldn't be.
I got
your
it, I got
chance.
it. But I'm not making enough money because I can never scale it. I mean, you haven't been able to answer the only question that matters in Shark Tank. How do I make money? Everything else doesn't matter. Who cares about this? You need
So
to make money.
65% margin is not enough for you.
Not
Because
enough.
you can't
No,
do
it
enough.
isn't enough. It
You
isn't
can't,
enough
you can't
at
do
all.
enough units.
I think this is a really creative idea.
Yes.
But the practical aspect, I don't see this as something that will ever be scalable. I see it as a nice little business that you can do, but I don't think it will ever become big. And for that reason, I'm out.
You're never going to solve the volume issue. The people that make money in plush make millions of units at a very low cost. Here's the only way it works, in my view. And I'm going to make you an offer. And in some ways, you're incredibly lucky you've met me. But here's how this
There's
works.
no
He
possible way.
always thinks that.
Silence. I'm about to make an offer. I don't want to hear any noise. I'm going to make you an offer. And in some ways, you're incredibly lucky you've met me. I'm going to give you $100,000 for 50%. You will never sell another one for $69. The minimum price is $249. It's the only way you'll ever make money or pay me back.
That's a good plan, kind of like a toaster in a
That's the
bathtub.
only way.
So I want to reiterate how this becomes on-demand custom plush anything. Because not just kids' artwork. What I found is that there's something in your family that people love as much as kids.
Dogs.
Money.
Pets. So we've
Wait,
already
there's more.
had dozens of people
That's
send
the dog?
us. We create a Budsy version of their pets. Petsies. We've made dogs, chickens.
Chicken for a pet?
I know. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. People love their pets.
While you're at it, why don't you do Deadsies? Granny bites it.
Petsies. Interesting. But there's something
I think it
people
goes
love
big.
even more than their kids, and even more
Where it'll work.
than their pets. People love themselves. And so we've had people.
You thought you were going to be cryonic, but it's
Wait,
Make a bummer. Let me make a dog.
Put one little piece of DNA.
into Budsies. I brought a few things lest you judge.
So,
too
Laura, you want a
harshly.
buzzy version of me to sleep with?
Oh my God. Mark, you want,
Oh, yeah.
you want the fuzzy
Nice.
version of me?
That is so cute.
I'll trade you.
Oh my God.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Hilarious.
Something that's a little unrealistic is your ask. $100,000 for 5% of the company. And that kind of makes me believe, in all aspects of the business, you're crazy. Why do you believe you deserve $2 million valuation on this company?
This valuation is with you coming in and us building this business.
Yeah,
So,
but then
so wait, let me get this straight. You're charging me to come in, and you're putting a valuation on the company as if I was in.
No, this is how angels and VCs invest. Is you invest
You're telling
in the
us-
value.
You're telling us how to invest?
My problem is, you want to be in the plush business. You want to make dogs. You want to make chickens. You want to make dead people, I think I heard you say.
There's no dead people.
Deadsies.
Deadsies I like.
That was your idea.
Deadsy
but
works. When you're this small, you got to be laser-like focused. All I want to hear from you is
And we
this is
have
what
been.
we're going to do.
So-
This is what we're going to do.
so I have
But
been,
you're
I have
not.
been.
You're
I
not.
have
You keep
been.
telling me you're going to be a plush business.
I'm
You have
explaining
to be
the vision
laser
for
focused.
1 year, 3 year, and 5 year because I'm not building just a product. I'm building a business.
Yeah. Alex, for me, I got to know how you're going to get through the next 12 months before you tell me about the next 5 years.
Which is Budsies.
You know, and you haven't done that today. You've been a little bit too wide for me. I'm out.
What part of the next 12 months have I'm not helped you
The part
understand?
where you make money, Alex. The part where you
Who's
make
left?
money.
Who's left?
Well, I have an offer on the table.
I hate to say,
There
but
are
that
two shirts
offer is
left.
actually decent, and you know what? I'm going to give you an offer of $100,000 for 40%.
Okay, let me modify my offer because there's competition now, and let me tell you what I'll do for you. I will leave mine at 50, but I'll let you price the product with this one covenant that'll force you back to reality. You can't take any money out of the company unless I'm getting 50 cents for every dollar. You're never going to make money at $69. You're going to have to increase this way higher. Maybe it's $199. I don't know. You're going to go figure it out, but you cannot make money at 69 bucks ever.
I could take it up to 20%, but we need a higher check size. So if you want more skin in the game, you have to put more skin in the game. So
$100,000 for 40%, there is no counter on that. Because you are crazy at this point. That's my final offer.
I respectfully have to say no. But I appreciate your offer. Thank you.
And then there was
there's
one.
Kevin.
Okay, so I still want 50%. You found a unique way to get somebody to pay you a lot of money for an experience. Just not enough. I'd like to see you charge more so you can make money on every order. So I think as your partner, I'll help you get there, but I'll also get you something else. A lot of more customers at a low cost. That's what I'm good at.
I have to say no to you.
Okay, you're dead to me.
Thank you.
Good luck, Alex. Thanks
Take
for
care.
the
Thank you.
mini-me's.
Of course. All right. See you guys. They wanted half my company. It was a pretty easy decision. I mean, I think my company's worth so much more, as do others, and so I'm sorry they walked away, but I'm not sorry.
Earlier this season, 13-year-old Andrea Sau and her mother Hong made a deal with Barbara Corcoran and Mark Cuban for their handheld massage device, Q-Flex.
You are gonna sell like crazy.
Let's see what they're up to now.
When we came on Shark Tank, we had only sold 800 Q-Flexes. We didn't even have a website. So in preparation for our Shark Tank night, Mark got our website up and running, and we crossed our fingers for sales. When we aired, we received 17,000 orders. We've gone from $20,000 in sales to $500,000 in sales. But now we're so behind on production and shipping. We've had to hire 4 people to help with customer service and product assembly. Here you go, Lola. Even my grandparents are pitching in to help.
Andrea. Hi. I'm here to help them through all these orders and start the conversation about the next steps. $500,000 in sales, but you can't keep doing in your garage. You're going to need a fulfillment center. The fulfillment center is going to continue to do what they're doing, but they're going to do it better. They're going to have professional packers. There's going to be better quality control. And most importantly, it's going to give these lovely women the house back. What a pleasure to meet you, sir. One of the most satisfying things in life is to feel like you could help someone who has the same spirit you have. In Andrea, I see myself.
The Shark Tank experience has completely changed my life. I'm helping thousands of people. I look at things differently, and I've learned so much about business.
My name is Matt Reed, and I'm from Portland, Oregon. I live here with my wife, Jill, and together we have a business centered around the honeybee. Honeybees are important to us because they're responsible for about 1/3 of the pollination of our food supply. Without bees, most of the food that you and I enjoy would not exist. Albert Einstein once said, if the bee disappeared from the face of the earth, man would only have 4 years left to live. And unfortunately, it looks like that time could be near. In 2006, beekeepers began to notice huge losses of the honeybee population. We're not sure why honeybees are dying, but we think it's a combination of pesticides, habitat loss, stress, and other factors. It's called colony collapse disorder. I wanted to do my part to help save the bees, and that's when my business was born. At the time, I had a stable job in the technology field. It was too hard to balance both of them, so I quit my job in technology to focus on my business full-time. Now we're expecting our first child, and we're barely making ends meet, but I know this is what we were meant to do. With the Shark's help, I think we can turn this business into something that is going to change the world. Hey Sharks, my name is Matt Reed, and my business is bee thinking. I'm seeking $400,000 in exchange for 10% of my business. 6 years ago, a honeybee flew into my kitchen. My wife noticed and asked me to rescue the bee. So I fed it some honey, and it drank and gained energy. I took it to the front porch, and I watched triumphantly as it flew off. Well, later, as my wife was leaving for work, she noticed dozens of bees pelting the screen door, trying to get in. The bee I'd rescued had told her friends about the honey at our house. It's at that moment that I was stung by a fascination for honeybees. So I went into my garage and began building beehives, various designs, all from Western red cedar, and I started blogging about the process. Immediately, people from all over the country were asking to buy my hives because I was making alternative designs from the highest quality materials. I knew I was onto something. Soon, I couldn't build hives quickly enough. Today, my company ships thousands of hives all over the world. So Sharks, who's ready to create some buzz with bee thinking?
What are your sales?
To date, since we started selling in mid-2009, is about 1.9 million.
Yowza.
Wow.
What about the last 12 months?
The last 12 months, so this year, 2014, we've done 775,000.
And last year?
Last year was about 560,000.
Wow.
Are you making any money off your 750,000 or 775?
So far profit this year is around 120,000.
Who are your customers? Is it someone buying for their kids and it's just fun in the backyard?
Right. The reason people get into this, most of them seems to be because they want to help somehow. Many of you probably know honeybees are dying, and about a third of our food supply relies on them.
I didn't know that.
So it's critical that we keep bees alive.
How much is it per box?
So, well, this hive here is about $360.
And how much does that cost you to make?
This hive here costs us around $150 to make.
And you sell it for $300.
And that's including shipping and packaging.
So I actually have a little experience in the
In
beekeeping.
beekeeping,
Let me
of course
explain.
you do.
When I was young, my grandmother had an apple orchard, and she arranged to put beehives throughout the entire apple orchard because it promotes cross-pollination and creates more apples. That's why you do it. The process of tending for them involves extracting the honey and profiting from it. There was a symbiotic relationship.
Do you have to take the honey out, or could you just leave it and you don't have to do it? It's maintenance free?
You can take 2/3 of the honey out, correct?
Generally, you need to leave them 50 to 60 pounds, depending on where you live.
My bees have to pay rent, so I take 2/3.
I have no doubt. They probably love you.
Yeah, they do. They're very happy.
Amazingly, I believe that he knows about bees.
What's the difference between that hive, this hive, and the middle one?
So I'll start with this one. It's basically our flagship product. This is our Kenyan top bar hive, our horizontal top bar hive.
What's in the middle there?
So this is honeycomb. So the bees build all this on their own. So you dump in 10,000 bees into this box, and they're going to start building comb after comb. They're
God.
wax-making machines.
Do you have to do anything to that? I mean, does honey have to be processed, or?
So with this style, you can cut the comb right off, and then you can cut it into squares and eat it like a sandwich.
Where do you buy the bees at?
So you can buy them from us at our location.
You're telling me it's worth $400,000 for 10%. That's a $4 million valuation on your business, okay? And it really doesn't make any money yet.
So we have growth, and we've been growing rapidly. We also have a market that's growing. Beekeeping, if you ask any bee supplier, it is growing very rapidly.
So, is this your full-time job?
Yeah. I used to be in technology. I quit that job finally in 2012. My wife quit her job the year before that.
Do either of you draw salary?
Yes, we do.
And what is that?
This year it was around 50,000, and that's because my wife's actually home pregnant right now, 9 months pregnant. We've given up our normal careers and security, health insurance. I went from a cush IT job to selling beehives for a living. So our whole life is at stake. And I have 7 employees who, their jobs are at stake.
You've proven you have a business. You've proven you've got sales. But I'm saying, when is your business going to be worth $4 million? You're a long way from there right now. You know, the thing about a bee, it represents immortality around the world in many cultures. I would have to be immortal to get my money back from you. That's the problem with this. I'm out.
Thank you, Kevin.
They're beautifully made. How many do people on average buy?
So average order, when you factor in our other equipment, was around $210.
And how often do people repeat the orders?
30% of our orders in the past month have been repeats.
You know what, Matt, I'm impressed. I really, really am. I think you deserve kudos. I mean, phenomenal job, true spirit of an entrepreneur. But I don't think you can take what you've asked for and all of a sudden propel yourself to the next level. And really taking in an investor probably will create more stress than you already have. I just don't see it as being able to grow fast enough to show any return on an investment. So for that reason, I'm out.
Thanks, Mark.
I think what you've done is great, and you're great. But I am truly not a fan of honey. And so for me, I can't get excited about this. So I'm out.
Thank you.
I really love that you've got it all on the line. I mean, you quit a good job, your wife is pregnant, you got 7 employees. I mean, you're all in. I've been trying to think what you're going to do with the 400,000. My problem with sales is we can't make them fast enough. You didn't come out here and say, gee, if I had more money and I had more inventory, I would sell more. The 400,000 isn't going to help you today. I wish it would, because I'd love to be in business with you. I'm out.
Thank you.
I think there's only one shark left.
I didn't know I was the last one.
I think you are. What are you going to do?
I was fascinated about this. Well, you're going to do $1 million, let's say, this year, and let's say you double next year. If I gave you $400,000 and for 10%, that means you would make it up to $4 million, and I would get $40,000, maybe in 2 years, 3 years. It'll take quite some time to scale up to get my money back. It just doesn't look like the numbers work out for me. So I am absolutely a customer,
all right,
because I love what you're doing, but I am not an investor. I'm out.
Thank you.
Congrats, Matt. Good luck.
Good luck.
This business is everything to my family, to me. I've given up everything to make it work. We're going to keep growing with or without this, and we'll continue to succeed.
Next up is a better way to soothe and teach babies.
Hello, my name is Julie Thompson, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I am seeking $100,000 for 20% equity. Parents love pacifiers because they soothe their baby, but they constantly fall out of their mouths. I remember when my kids were babies and their pacifiers were continually popping out. And of course they would cry because they still wanted them immediately. Often it was just behind his shoulder, but babies don't understand what they can't see. That is what inspired me to create the Pulley Pals. Pulley Pals hang above the baby and use something similar to a pulley system. When one pacifier drops and falls out of sight, another is in view and in reach. This interaction enables independence, which is great for those times when parents need an extra hand. Pulley Pals are also very entertaining and packed with developmental benefits. Parents are raving about my product, creating a demand that I can't keep up with. I could really use some help. So, be a pal and invest in Pulley Pals. Thank you, and I would like to pass out samples.
We'd love
Thank
to
you.
see them.
Hey, Robert, that is Puddles.
Oh, thank you, Julie. Puddles.
This is Momo.
Thank you.
Here is another Puddles and Moo.
Moo, appreciate
There you
it.
go.
Julie, I remember when my kids were small, I'm with you. Huge problem. Pacifier fell out all the time. But then I bought a clip, and that solved the problem. What's the difference between that and a clip?
The clip helped me keep up with the pacifier, and at least it didn't fall on the floor. But it doesn't help the baby because they don't understand once it's out of their line of sight.
How much do you have in sales?
I have the last 12 months, 97,000, which isn't so bad for, you know.
Right. Where are these sold right now?
They are sold on Amazon, as well as about 350 stores across the U.S.
Which stores?
Specialty boutiques.
So what does this cost?
They retail $19.99 up to $24.99.
And what does it cost you to make one?
$4.50.
Where are you driving most of your sales from?
Trade shows.
You mentioned developmental benefits.
Yes. Right brain, left brain coordination.
How does that help with that?
Between your right brain and left brain, it's important for the two of those to kind of cross over between one another. Like when they're young, they will ask you, does your baby grab something and pass it to the other hand? And
So because you have both sides, the baby's forced to grab at
right.
both.
So there is one more thing that's really great about this. We recently developed, you can see on that tree right there, teethers. They pop into the holders as well. So you can change it up. It gives it more versatility. You can put a pacifier on one side, teether on the other, pacifier on both, as well as on the other side of that tree, they're called the minis. These are adorable. They're little mini versions of the big guys, and they all come with a counterpart. So like the monkey is going to come with a banana that you can actually peel. So,
And it fits into the little pulley
and
system?
everything is designed to fit.
What is the outlying age that a child would still use a pacifier?
I see 3-year-olds with them. You know,
Okay, let's make it 24 months, right?
Yes.
2 years. That's probably the outstretch. So what percentage of the population is 24 months, between 0 and 24 months at any one time?
well, over 4 million babies are born in the U.S. every year.
Okay, so we should say that 8 million candidates are within our target, right? So we've got 8 million customers a year, and pretty well everyone is getting one, and yet our share on a dollar basis, from what you told me, is really small. Are you concerned with the price point being too high? Because you can buy a pacifier and an attaching, you know, elastic cord thing for, I don't know, $4?
Sure, but those don't, you know, they're not interactive. It's not, this is not just a pacifier.
I'm just asking, is it distribution that's the problem? Is it the price point that's the problem?
What's holding you back?
What is holding you back?
I'm a one-person company. I'm everything.
So you do it all?
I do it all.
the
I
sales?
designed every one of these guys down to every Pantone color and every belly.
My sense of what's holding this whole thing back is the price and distribution. Not many parents would spend $20 for a pacifier. That's my opinion.
This isn't a pacifier.
Julie,
Yes.
when you put this all together, how much money did you invest?
I've invested about $175,000.
$175,000?
Wow. Yes.
Wow. Where did most of that money go to?
Let's see. Safety testing is very expensive.
Right.
Also, I have 100,000 in inventory right now.
Okay, so that's interesting right there, right? Sounds like you invested a lot of money to get the price breaks down to $4.50.
Yes, I did.
Where did you get the 175 to invest?
Retirement, college funds, my parents' retirement, credit cards.
You're all in,
here.
huh?
I am all in.
Wow.
Julie, I guess I can't get my mind over that clip product.
Okay.
And it was very inexpensive, so I have a bit of a challenge with that. And it doesn't seem to be flying off the shelves at this point. I'm out.
I think in this case, inventory isn't a good thing.
Yes.
You're just now getting it out there. And to me, that means you're going to want to update it and go through revisions. But you might not be able to come out with it on a timely basis because you have so much inventory you have to protect. You know, that's a problem. Like I said, I just don't see the sell-through fast enough, and for those reasons, I'm out.
It's a combination of two sectors in the toy business, plush toys and pacifier. Plush toys, 97% are sold at under $10. Pacifiers, as cheap as $1. So all of a sudden, you've got this incredibly expensive derivative of the two of them, and I think what's holding it back, Julie, is the price. If this was $9.95, my bet is you would sell 4 times more, and you can't get your manufacturing costs down low enough to do it. I can't get excited about going down that road with you. I'm out.
My concern is that the hanging appeal may not be self-explanatory.
I have developed trees, smaller trees, because many of my retailers wanted them, and I've
That's
had.
expensive to put it in.
They do. The retailers that carry this product
But
love it and are
they put that in because you're dealing with generally specialty stores. But if you go to a Babies R Us or Bye Bye Baby, you're not going to have that ability without them charging you. And I think that's one of my deciding factors, the fact that I think that hanger appeal is not really there, self-explanatory. So I'm out.
Sure.
Well, you have one shark left.
You know, I think it's very clever. So I'm going to make you an offer.
Whoa. I didn't see that coming.
Okay.
I'm going to offer you $100,000 for 30% equity stake.
For 30%.
And I have the connections.
Yes, you do.
To Bye Bye Baby and Toys R Us.
Let's see. Well, my ask was $100,000 for 20%.
I think I just heard this cow moo.
This cow mooed.
What are you going to do, Julie? You have it
What are you going to
Would
do?
you consider 25%?
Ooh, really?
97,000 in sales for, you know, one person and a handful of trade shows. That's you know.
For 5%?
Yeah, move.
For 5%?
Yes.
Go 28 and I'm in.
You have a deal.
We've got a deal.
All right.
Thank you, Lori.
I think it's brilliant.
Thank you.
I really do.
I love it. Yeah, good. We'll do good. I'm so excited
Congratulations,
to work with you.
Julie.
Thank you very much. Thank
Good
you.
luck.
I am so excited to have someone to help me and guide me through the next stages of my company. I have been through so much and invested so much in this and worked so hard. So I just can't tell you how much it means to have Lori as a partner now.
Next up are entrepreneurs who believe they've solved a problem for athletes.
Hi, I'm Joel Vanoker, and this is our SEMA logo. We're here today seeking $200,000 for 15% of Forest, home of the most comfortable walking, running, workout shoes known to mankind. We set out to design the most shock-absorbent, yet lightest shoes on the market today. And here they are. Forest. Just by holding them up, you can see how much light and air passes through them. They're built with an unbreakable stability bar that allows for any type of workout, but weighs only a fraction of what other shoes weigh.
Mr. Mark?
We actually have a pair for each of you.
Thank you.
Go ahead and try them on.
Why do I get the pink color?
It's red.
Oh, yes, of course it's red. It's Ferrari red. I feel pretty good. What makes them so springy? There's way more give to them.
The insole that you're holding in your hand right now, the very bottom is gel. The middle part is memory foam. And if you look at the bottom of the insert, we have the different lines that set up to the pressure point as you walk. So over time, the shoe actually fits perfectly.
So you're saying the memory foam is adjusting to your foot.
Absolutely.
What's your background? Do you have a design background?
I'm from Cote d'Ivoire, West Africa. And I was there when the war broke out in my country. I literally had to run to come here. That was after I had my father in my arms, literally when he died. I came to the U.S. here as a track and field, on the track and field scholarship. I went to law school. When I ran track, every single time we ran, the shoe that we had a really thin insert. 2 weeks, the shoe insert will run out. I went to China with my law school, and I was fortunate enough to meet all the right people.
What are you making the shoes for, and what are you selling them for?
It ranges from about $11 to $13 to make it. We wholesale them for about $35 to $50, depending on the country, and then they retail for $75 to $85.
And where do you sell them?
It's a general retail sale. We have a distributor in Taiwan, we have one in Holland, and then we have independent sales agents across Africa.
And where in the U.S. are you selling them?
Currently, we're doing e-commerce. We're doing a guerrilla marketing attempt similar to that of Under Armour, where we're giving the product to the people, and they're telling people it's amazing.
Let's assume it's a great shoe, okay?
It is.
Here's my question. So what? There are hundreds of different shoes on the market. There are some players that own this multi-billion-dollar market. They've got it locked down. Why would Fortis ever have a chance of gaining share against them to be a big company? Explain how that could happen.
How about $500,000 in 12 months?
It's actually six months.
$500,000 of sales in 6 months.
Correct.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I think you convinced everybody you've designed a decent shoe. What's the plan to increase sales by 4 times? You're only 500,000 right now.
Well, that's why we're here, actually. Next year, we're projecting about 2.5 million.
How are you going to get there?
That's based on the current customer we have. The only reason we didn't get those sales last year was because we missed the window of distribution.
You know what? To me, there's these major players like Saucony and Nike and Adidas. I'm not sure how you would actually penetrate that so strongly that I would get back my money. For that reason, I'm out.
I want to say one thing. Next year, we are securing licensing from NASCAR, the top 3 drivers of NASCAR.
Are you creating a driving shoe for NASCAR, or are you creating a running shoe? Are you about fashion, or are you about functionality?
Both. We're creating a lifestyle shoe that embodies the spirit of NASCAR.
You're creating a lot of battles that you don't have money to market to.
How much inventory do you have?
Right now, we have about $68,000.
How many of the runners, stores you sold to, how many of them reordered?
All of them. That's our biggest problem.
They all reordered?
Yes, we don't have them.
We can't keep them in stock.
The challenge with this space, you've got to get distribution. And that's where I think you hit the brick wall, because taking a very famous brand off the wall to put this there instead, that ain't free. Your challenges are not behind you, they're ahead of you. I'm not going to go on that journey with you. I'm out.
Look, I can just see this owns you, right? It's not a business. It's you. The reality for me is the Mavs have got a huge deal with Adidas. I've got a big deal with Skechers. I'm a loyal guy to the brands I'm working with who've been loyal to me. I just can't figure out how to make it work, and for those reasons, I'm out. But I really want you guys to succeed.
So I'm going to touch on some of the things some of the other sharks said. Now, you're trying to do different lines like NASCAR. Then you're going to have about 5 styles in each line, and every one you're going to have an average of size 7 all the way to 13 and half sizes in each color 3 separate times. That creates a logistical nightmare because you turn around and then you have $4 million worth of left shoes. I was somewhat interested. I was on the fence, but I think that we would have a challenge. So, I'm out.
Sharks, actually, before we continue, we have an additional thing that as we were promoting the shoes, and we actually developed proprietary email marketing software called Atlo. It takes the email marketing from the inside, and it shows it in the subject line. And that's actually how we plan to promote these.
We're opening the door to new possibilities. No longer are we confined to just text. 99% of marketing emails have images inside the email. With Atlo, users can insert images in the subject and sender field, guaranteeing recipients will see their content, even if the email's not opened. This is email as never seen before. This is Atlo.
You can do that today. Who invested in that company?
Me and another programmer.
Man, you are fighting so many battles. Look, a guy that used to work for me, he was at one point actually the 11th fastest man in the world. I run 5 miles a day. So I used to say, hey, let's go running. And he would say to me, I can't run 5 miles. I said, come on, man, you're in great shape. You can run 5 miles. I don't run 5 miles. I run 100 meters as fast as I can. That's my job. I'm not sure what your job is. You're doing a performance shoe. Then you're doing email software. Then you're doing a NASCAR shoe. You're fighting too many battles. If you want to win, just run the 100 meters. Focus. But here's my challenge. I don't know enough about inventory. I want to be involved. You're looking for $200,000 for 15%? I'm willing to put up some of the money, a percentage of the money, but if you can talk to him to come back in and he'll have me as a partner, I'm happy to come along, because this is one of the areas where inventory control and knowing how to make this is absolutely critical, because you can burn through $200,000 like this. So that's my offer. I'll put up something and we can figure out the equity if you can get Damon into the running shoes.
David, is there anything they can say to change your mind? Yes or no?
Four sharks are out. Robert is interested in Joel and Arson's athletic shoe company, Forus, but only if Damon will join him in the deal.
If you can talk to him to come back in and he'll have me as a partner, I'm happy to come along, because this is one of the areas where inventory control is absolutely critical, because you can burn through $200,000 like this.
David, is there anything they can say to change your mind? Yes or no? Is there any equity they can give you to change your mind? The whole deal's contingent on you coming back in. How much are you willing to give?
The deal is only as good as the person on the other side of the table, and this individual is a go-getter who won't be stopped, but he also has a vision, and I don't want to argue with him.
If he gave you $200K,
I'm not an arguer. I came here. I went to law school. I have to know
something. Don't tell your story anymore. Offer him something tangible.
I don't have anybody in my family that did business. I learned. You know how I got to this point? By listening to people.
You have an excellent product.
I will listen to you because I know.
Listen to me.
I don't want to be excellent. I want to be amazing, and you can get me to amazing.
Yes, I got it. And you're not listening to me now.
Well, listen to me. Offer him something more.
So, Damon, are you out?
I'm still out.
Look, you guys are all in. I love that about you. You are all friggin' in. My only hesitation is this is one of the few areas where inventory control is so critical. I just don't understand where to spend that money. I can't do it without somebody like Damon.
Damon, we are willing to be able to find a compromise between you and Robert here so we can really launch this company. Do you know, we waited and prayed to get a patent issue. We got a patent issue.
I'm out.
If Damon's not in, I gotta be out.
Thank you.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
You'll be all right.
You know, obviously it's disappointing to not get a deal with the Sharks, but we can walk out of here knowing what we can do in the future and knowing that we're going to be great.
Next time on Shark Tank.
I'm going to be honest with you. Our sales suck.
I look at it and say, look, you may have built a better mousetrap.
I'm going to make you an offer.
Are you serious?
Wait, let me take
I've got an offer. I've got an offer. Let me make an offer.
No, I'm going to make you a sweeter deal than Lori, who's been a little cheap today.
But don't be rude. I don't like that you only have $22,000 in sales.
I think you just devalued my valuation pretty significantly.
You're out of your